For most families sending their kids to study in the US, don't choose majors related to finance, and don't pick law either, because finance-related majors have tuition that's just too expensive. And as for law, you really shouldn't touch it at all. First, the entry barrier is high. Second, you have to pass the bar exam, which means spending a lot of money just to prepare for it. Even after you graduate, being a lawyer requires time to build up experience. But you can't really compete with the locals in the US, and before you've even built up enough experience, it's already time for you to go back to your home country. So if you want to find a job directly in the US, then for sure, fields like computer science, AI, and other engineering disciplines are much more in demand. Even things like mechanical engineering and similar areas are very easy to find jobs in within the US, or things like intelligent manufacturing, and so on. For example, in the US right now, there's a project called Starling. The US government has invested tens or even hundreds of billions of dollars into this project, which is basically building AI infrastructure. So I think jobs related to AI are still going to be very easy to find, and the salaries for those positions will be very high. On the other hand, when it comes to the humanities, whether in the US or across Europe, it's actually the poorest major. After you graduate, it's extremely difficult to find a job. You might not be able to find one at all. And even if you do, whether you become a teacher or do something else, your salary will be relatively low. So it's best to avoid studying the humanities if you can, and try to pursue research in interdisciplinary fields instead. Besides that, majors like management are still pretty good. If the school you attend and the professor you work with have resources, they can directly recommend you for jobs, making it much easier to find employment. You don't necessarily have to graduate from a prestigious university. The most cost-effective way is to go to a lesser-known state university, especially in the South where the expenses are very low. You can finish your master's degree for just 300,000 to 400,000 yuan, and then look for a job in California or on the East Coast. This way, the cost-performance ratio is really high,